I realized in my last video, I alluded to the 7 phases that exist inside of the PM2 OKR agent, but I didn't go through them. So let me quickly run you through what the 7 phases are. First is a whole bunch of design decisions. There are no rules about OKR, so you need to make some design decisions throughout the process, but we take you through them to begin with. Things like, are the targets going to be committed, best possible, stretch targets? Are we going to limit the number of objectives per person, number of key results, how many objectives per team? Those sorts of design decisions that allow us to provide a consistency across all locations, regions, and brands. These get refined as you go forward with the program, but it's good to have a starting point. Phase 2 is about surfacing your existing strategy from the various documents you have, the financials, the strategy documents, operational plans, and so on, and identify your level 1 objectives and your level 1 key results and targets. Phase 3 is about alignment, making sure that as we move from level 1 to level 2, that we understand what each department or process or region or brand, however you chop it up, how they contribute to the overall success of the organization. Phase 4 is all about actually building out those level 2 objectives and key results. Again, looking at your strategy, what those departments do, their responsibilities, existing data for key results, previous performance for key results, and so on. Then we move on to what are the management practices. These are things like what are the cadences that you have of meetings, how to run effective meetings, those sort of practices that set up the structure. When are the meetings, how are the topics set, and so forth. Topic 6, the agent's going to provide coaching, going to take a look at how those meetings run, what gets done, how the follow-up activities are done, and so forth, and give you some coaching. And then finally, there's the quarterly retrospective and refresh. How is it we keep the strategy up to date every quarter? Now, there's a different component of manual activities that you need to do with each one of these. For example, for number 7, your quarterly retrospective takes a huge amount of time, but a lot of your time there is just spent doing research and discovering what the performance was, what the world's doing, and what other processes are doing, competitors, and so on. AI can do that for you really easily. On the other hand, things like coaching, that's a person-to-person thing. And although the agent nudges you in that direction, our whole agent process uses humans in the loop. Our team is involved at each one of these steps. And for step 6, we might have a much higher involvement as we personally coach you through the program. But that gives you a quick heads up of what the 7 phases are. Now, obviously, one last point to make is you can plug in any one of these things. So for example, if you're already running OKRs, maybe you just need to enter at phase 7, AI support for your quarterly retrospective and refresh work. Hopefully that gives you the heads up you're looking for.